Right, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino pretty much said everything right in his first media interview with Chelsea Football Club, didn't he? Chelsea are the biggest club in England in the last 15 years. Take that, Spurs. Lots of stuff, actually, positive stuff about how he, this sort of passionate man who's a good tactician. Who knew that this ex-Tottenham manager could capture my heart early doors? He's a spiritual man, and he was wearing like multiple rings, granted one probably a wedding ring, and like his bracelet with something hanging down. I know he's like into energy and spirituality, which I dig, man, because to a degree, so am I. But he's a good footballing coach as well. We will reflect on some of the positive things he said. We might talk about a little bit of some information from Matt Law on the Telegraph as well. And PSG, those ruddy blighters, they've taken another midfielder out of our grip. But maybe, like Ugarte, it could be for the better. So, thanks for joining me. Please do consider dropping a like if you want to support this content here on the channel. All of you, man, all of you welcome to subscribe. And to new subscribers and old, you should hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Oh, I don't have it. My voice has abandoned me. By the way, if you want some more singing from me, playfully, follow me on Instagram @FootballYannick. Because I talk to Chelsea. I talk to you guys about Chelsea, as well as whipping out the old guitar sometimes. So if you fancy that, @FootballYannick on Instagram. Right, Pochettino, he sat down. He's talked about being Chelsea manager. Clearly, he's very happy. He's got what he wants in a lot of ways, and he said the situation is perfect. We're building a perfect situation. He says we've got an incredible squad. He's really happy with the young squad that he's got. And to be honest, it's almost like been built in Pochettino's image a little bit anyway. And he's explained how, the owners, Bedad, Todd, and Jose, they're all doing what they can to make sure the squad is ready as quick as possible for him. Like, no messing around, man. And he sort of insinuated that there's more to come. Probably, Caicedo or the CDM, Touchwood, Caicedo. Maybe another attacking midfielder. We'll talk about Turkey in a bit because of our current negotiations and budding relationship with Lyon in Ligue 1. He spoke about giving players space. We know he does like to be militant in the ways of like knowing what's going on, being a sort of leader, but being in contact with everyone, colleagues with everyone, it doesn't matter whether you're like serving in the canteen or a cleaner, he'll know who you are, you will know who he is, and he's not like above you, you're just sort of colleagues working for one greater good. He explained how Chelsea have had ups and downs, and there are ups and downs in football, but there shouldn't be for Chelsea. Bang! That's what we want to hear. For me, that's the money shot. That is the bullseye. Because yes, there's ups and downs. And I've accepted these friggin' painful downs because of the transition. Because of the long time coming, the papering over the cracks. The kicking the can down the road of all Chelsea's problems has come home to roost. That kind of all the other expressions. So I've taken it on the chin. I've taken it on the chin strap. I have. But now we need to be Chelsea again. And Pochettino has said all the right things like, yeah, this is Chelsea. Chelsea are one of the biggest teams in the world, biggest team in England the last 10, 15 years. No more messing about, mate. The players need to work hard. We need to give them space. We need to bring back the emotion. He talks about advancing football, him and his team, but at the same time, honouring the old parts of football, what made us fall in love with it. Oh, what a romantic. I dig it. I thought his English is good, but I thought it reminds me of like just how it was when it was at Spurs. I guess he's been in another country, so he wouldn't have been honing his English. But, it's good enough. He's passionate. And I dig it, man. He's speaking about, the perfect situation, an amazing squad, the desire to build something and excite the fans again. And much of this is like generic stuff, but he says it with conviction. It's not like a calm, calculated Graham Potter. And to a degree, like Frank Lampard is less, he's passionate about Chelsea, but he's less passionate for me in his assertion for his work. And this is what we need. Someone who's passionate with their team, who's passionate in being assertive of what they're actually going to do, what they're going to construct, without giving away their tactics and, footballing plans. He's like, look, we're going to deal with players like this. This is your home. This is all of our home. We are together, but we're going to give you space. But we need to be in contact. We need to have the same ideas. And this is not just trying to get back up where we belong. This is no, Chelsea don't mess up anymore. We are going to be great again. That was a really failed transition. There it is. Damn it, that could have been really dramatic. Really screwed up there. Before we talk about Turkey and Chelsea and Lyon and another midfielder battle with PSG, let's have a quick gander of what Matt Law writes on the Telegraph. Pochettino starts pre-season with 4 goalkeeping coaches. With Chelsea yet to confirm. How many of Graham Potter's old staffs will be asked to work with? So Pochettino's brought like his holy 4. He's brought in the new doctor, I forget his name. He used to work with Chelsea, then he went to Tottenham to work with Poch. And then he's been brought back to Chelsea. So it's kind of good. He's worked with Poch. And he's worked at Chelsea before. Forgive me for forgetting his name. But he's got experience with the management team and the club itself. Which, oh my God, hopefully that's positive. Because we've done recent content on how Chelsea were the worst team in the Premier League for injuries. Chelsea Football Club were the worst. We used to be one of the best, if not the best. 20th place, the worst. And we had 4,000 players to choose from. To circulate the load, distribute the load, the fatigue. And we still managed to be the worst. So a new head doctor's so important. Okay, so Pochettino may have to work with some of the staff left behind from Potter's era. Potter trusted goalkeeper Ben Roberts is expected to start pre-season, along with goalkeeper coaches as one of 4 goalkeeper coaches. Jimenez, which I guess is Poch's, Hilario, still knocking about, and James Russell. Forgive me, I don't know who that is. Wow. It's currently... So we've got more first goalkeeping... English. More first-team goalkeeping coaches than actual goalkeepers. Of course, we've got Bertinelli and Kepa Balaga. And we don't know what's going on with Slanina. Surely he's got to go on loan. So other than Roberts, Chelsea expert Kyle McCauley, he's still there as well. He was like Potter's not right-hand man, or transfer right-hand man, like this, It was just assumed if Potter went and going to get another job that, these McCauleys and other people would just go. So he's going to be there pre-season. He specialises in using data as part of his scouting and recruitment responsibilities. But he goes right back to Ostersund's and Swansea City before Brighton with Potter. So they're like long-term lovers. Not actual lovers. So for us to poach him... So Chelsea have 2 sporting directors, of course, Stuart and Winstanley, as well as the co-director of recruitment, Joe Shields, as well as the technical director, Christopher Vivell. It is assumed that Vivell is also going to be working as a really key figure in the multi-club model. So he'll be working across clubs, I think. Andy Cousins is also expected to join the scouting and recruitment team. This is interesting. Mystery surrounds the future of Bruno Saltor. Of course, he took charge of the Liverpool game and got a draw, which was pretty good, really. Undefeated. Bruno is still listed as assistant coach on the Chelsea staff roster, but the club are yet to confirm whether or not he will be part of Pochettino's team. I wonder if Poch will like him. Of course, both Spanish speaking. Bruno was really highly thought of at Brighton, and I think Chelsea quite liked him. That's why they gave him control of a high-profile game in Liverpool. So I wonder if Poch will think, this guy who knows the squad is going to be useful to me. And the same goes for Bjorn Hamburg, who's another coach knocking about from the Poch days. Chelsea are no longer working with Gilbert Anoka. Jesus Christ, that was an epic fail, isn't it? The guy who did the stuff with the New Zealand rugby team about mentality training. He came in and we went boom, like way worse. So maybe he was like a man on the inside being paid by a rival to give us the wrong kind of mentality, because his work was not evident. So yes, Chelsea have rehired Chris Hughes, who worked for the club for 5 years before moving to Tottenham Hotspur to work with Pochettino. So this is perfect, because this is, like I said, knows the management team, knows the club. Hopefully together they can analyse an abundance of negative data about Chelsea's injury crisis and make it better. Just make it better. All right, transfer news. Of course, Chelsea were looking at a attacking midfielder, Gabri Vega. It looked like we were happy to pay the release clause, get him in there. It is now reported that he is closing in on a move with PSG. So PSG are essentially looking at players that Chelsea want, midfielders, first Ugarte and now Gabri Vega, and then paying more money and buying said midfielders. Though, like I said at the top of this video, Ugarte, no one's really crying for him because should we sign Moises Caicedo, who's an excellent, sort of CDM Premier League, really high quality midfielder, who hopefully we've done our due diligence on in terms of relevant scouting to our team, to partner Enzo Fernandez. One can only hope that we've done that relevant scouting and due diligence and whatnot. So Caicedo, but Gabri Vega. Obviously Mount and Havertz go. Lukaku and Aubameyang will go. Of course we've got Christopher Nkunku in and Nicholas Jackson in. We may buy another high-profile striker. And from Mauricio Pochettino's words about the squad not being complete but quickly soon to be complete, I wonder if he is going to get his Lautaro or a high-profile striker. Chelsea this week are in talks with Inter. Maybe they speak about Lautaro and they get something done and just do a Lukaku plus money swap or something. I don't know. Maybe there is something to be done. There was reports that Chelsea had a bid rejected for Dusan Vlahovic. I didn't report on it. I was going to reflect on it, but then Fabrizio said it was not true. It was a report from Italy, so once you've had a big dog say no, it's not even worth reacting to a headline. But Chelsea, of course, have a good relationship with Lyon. They bought Malo Gusto and loaned them back to them, so they liked that. And now it looks like we're negotiating for Christian Pulisic. If you want the details and my reaction to that deal fully, watch the video previous to this upload, the one just before, because I give you details on that. Chelsea look like they're doing a really smart deal. Should that go over the line? Good money, good selling clause, that's important. But they may have a player that we want, and it has been been around a few headlines, and that is Ryan Cherki, who fits the Chelsea profile in terms of being young. He's 19, he's a month and a half off 20 years old. He is an under-21s France international. I'm looking at it now on his FB ref. He's a forward/midfielder, so he's pretty much like a Kai Havertz or Mason Mount. Replacement is like in the mold of Gabri Vega. He's on £70,000 a week at Lyon, which is he's got 2 years left on his deal. So 2 years left is like the time when you like to sell, don't you? I'm surprised he's on 70,000 euros, about £64,000. I suppose Chelsea might give him a 90,000 pounds, which might be enough for him to think like, yes, I'll make the move. Well, surely. You don't want to say surely that any Lyon player would want to come to Chelsea, but he might think, Pochettino's there, they've got big ambitions. Poch speaks French as well. They've got other French players in Wes Fofana, Benoit Badiashile. Of course, Thiago Silva speaks French, and probably other players in our squad that I'm not thinking about at the moment. Christopher Nkunku's French. There you go. Imagine the embarrassment if I'd missed him. Anyway, what I really like on FB Ref, he's listed, and for a 19-year-old, this is impressive. When it says foot, like what foot is he? It says both. Because often, sort of two-footed players still get listed as a predominant foot, like right or left. But a 2-foot creative midfielder who is predominantly two-footed. Now, I'm looking at his scouting reports. I'm just going to reel off some stuff to you here. His strengths. He is in the 99th percentile, the best compared to other midfielders, attacking midfielders, and wingers. And remember, you get really creative wingers. He's in the 99th percentile for expected assists. He is in the 99th percentile for successful take-ons that lead to a shot attempt, which is dribbling to a shot. Over 0.9. He is in the 99th percentile of successful take-ons, the 99th percentile of total carrying distance, and then 98 for progressive carries, total progressive carries into the final third, all 98, and then 97 for key passes. It goes on, really, really high metrics. Essentially, Ryan Cherki is a dribbling, creative, attacking midfielder, and in the absence of a Mason Mount, and Kai Havertz was never creative, was he? Really? you can have maybe possibly this guy. Now, I mention it because a lot of Chelsea fans on social media are talking about it. They would like him. And the fact how we are doing, kind of looks like we're doing business with Leon, or we maintain a good relationship with Leon. Certainly that's what the reports, the headlines are suggesting. Maybe a deal could get done here. And I'm not going to pretend like I've watched this guy because I haven't. I suppose I can watch some highlights, but looking at his scouting report and his metrics is very impressive indeed, and his age profile suits the Project 2030 plan that Chelsea Football Club are currently undertaking. So, positive. What do you think? Let me know. Comment down below. I'll be very excited to read your comments on Pochettino, Rayan Cherki, maybe the coaching situation, the injury situation, the doctor situation. Express yourselves down below and keep it locked. Turn the bell on because I will see you as soon as something pops off here. You'll be back, hopefully.